I'm Miss Rhonda and I work for the York County Public Library System. This is Mama Kitty. She likes to pop in and out of the videos and I decided to just give her a starring spot this morning. We are about to go on an adventure with some treats and tricks. So please join me and I think you're going to enjoy. We have on the menu today mummy dogs and spooky fingers. What do you think, Mama Kitty? You think that sounds good? Yes! All right. Tell everybody bye-bye. Come back if you want. Let's get started with wash those hands. Make sure you wash them, and especially since I just touched Mama Kitty, let me give them a real good rinse off. And I am back. So, let's start with mummy dogs. Now with the mummy dogs, you're going to need some hot dogs. You're going to need some refrigerated pizza crust, and you're also going to need a pizza cutter. Now what I have done, I'm going to scan the camera down and I'm going to show you what I've done with the pizza crust. So hold on tight. There you go. I've spread it out on a piece of wax paper, and now we're going to cut it into strips using our pizza cutter. Now, you have to stretch it some, so it's not going to look exactly like what it looked like when it came out of the can. And when you open the can, just follow the directions that are on the can. Have your big person get that oven preheated to 400 degrees. That's pretty warm, but that's what it takes to get our pizza crust nice and crunchy. All right, now we're gonna slice this into our little strips. And if you have 8 hot dogs in your package, you know you're gonna wanna have at least 8 strips. Chances are you're gonna wind up with more than you need. It's your preference. How do you want your mummy dog to look? Do you want him to have a lot of dough on him, or do you want him to have just a little bit of dough on him? So we've got ourselves some strips cut, and they're going to be quite sticky. See here? It'll be fun to play with though. Now I found while doing this that my hot dogs were just a little bit damp, and I wanted that pizza crust to stick to them. So I've taken a paper towel and I've dried them off. Now, to create our mummy, you're just going to start at the top and you're going to start to wrap that dough around. And you want to leave a little space because you want your mummy to be able to see. And then you just cover up that hot dog all the way down. And you can stretch your dough as you go, so you can make sure that you've got enough to get all the way down to the bottom of your hot dog. Oh, there's Mama. She's over there playing with her toys. Did you hear that bird sound? All right, we're just gonna keep wrapping. Wrap, 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 wrap. All the way around. And then I've got a little bit extra at the bottom. You can take that off if you want. But Miss Rhonda loves pizza crust, so she's going to use it. And there you go. He's all wrapped up. Now, you need to have a baking sheet that is prepared. I've put a piece of aluminum foil on it. And then because we stretched out our pizza crust, we need to spray it down with a little bit of cooking spray. Since the pizza crust is really thin, it might stick a little bit. And then you just take your mummy dog, put him on your tray. All right, I've got one more here. Let's just do one more together for the fun. So you take a strip of pizza dough, right here, put it on top of your hot dog, and then just start rolling it around. And remember, you want to leave that little space so he can see. We want him to be able to see. because we're going to do something with some mustard or ketchup a little bit later that makes it even more interesting. Ah ha 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 ha. That was Miss Rhonda's attempt at a rather spooky laugh. All right, I did not leave him much room. I'm going to spread that out. And there's another mummy dog. All right, now, hopefully your oven is preheated now to 400 degrees. And you're going to go ahead and you're going to take those mummy dogs on your pan and put them in the oven. We've already created one of our masterpieces. Now, Miss Rhonda went ahead and she cooked some up because I knew that it might take a little while. They'll be in that oven for 15 minutes. Keep an eye on them. Let your big person help you. And when you get them out, this is what you'll have. Mummy dogs. And what I wanted to tell you I did, I went ahead and I put some little mustard eyes on that mummy dog. Look at that. That looks yummy. It also looks a little tricky, but there you go. I think you would enjoy those. That would make a great Halloween meal. We need to add something to it though, don't you think? I think it's time for spooky fingers. You ready to make those? All right. All right, to make your spooky fingers, what you will need is a mozzarella stick or several of them. You'll need a little bit of hummus. Miss Rhonda liked to use the black bean hummus because it looks kind of like dirt or fungus. Oh, yuck. And then you're also going to need a few, let me show you, almond slices. Because what do they look like? That's right. They look like fingernails. All right, let's put this together. All right, take your mozzarella stick, lay it down on your board. Now, I'm gonna use a butter knife. If you'd like, you can always try to use the craft stick. If your mozzarella stick has been out of the refrigerator for a little while, it's gonna be nice and soft. And then, with your knife, make sure that you keep those fingers back and you always cut away from yourself. So to shape our finger, I want you to push this direction away from yourself and keep your fingers back. All right, we're going to angle it. See how I'm doing that at the edge? We're going to angle it on one side. See how I cut a little angle off right there? And then we're going to go and we're going to angle it on the other side. And it's starting to look like a finger. You just kind of shape it up the best way you know how. And it's got like a little pointed end on it now. Now, we need to make the bed of our fingernail. So, we're going to take our knife and we're going to go down into the very tip and cut the very tip of it off, just the tip, so that we can make a bed for our hummus and our almond fingernail. There you go. Now, we want to make it as creepy as possible, so let's give it a few little indentations here, a few little crevices that make them look like hairy knuckles. Although we're not going to put any hair on them. That would be really yucky. All right, I'm just giving it some creepy little crevices here. And now we have a spooky finger. And this is where it looks spooky. Take your hummus. You don't need very much, sweeties. Just a dab. And put it right there where we said we made our fingernail bed. Right there on the tip. Then you take your spookiest almond fingernail and you put it right on. Ooh, spooky finger. Now, Miss Rhonda also made some with some carrots. You can do those too. I just used some thin carrot sticks. I did the same thing with cutting away the tip, making the fingernail bed, and then you add the hummus and the almond. So, I like to display these in a very interesting and special way. I am going to show you. I took my store-bought hummus and then I stuck my fingers down inside. This makes it fun because if you're at a party, you can just pick them right up and you can just eat them and you get a little bit more hummus on the bottom. And it also looks kind of like they're coming out of the ground. Spooky fingers. You put a plate of those next to your mummy dogs, and I think you're gonna be a hit. So there you go. This was our treat and tricks episode. These would be fun to use right now. We have this one. Roald Dahl's revolting recipes. Oh, that sounds revolting. And then we also have this new one that just came in, Cookie Boo. It's a story about a group of cookies that have fun frightening a monster. And then Monster Cookbook. Oh my gracious, look at that one. So all of these are at the library right now. And guess what? The library is about to open. So make sure you come and see us. Make sure you come and get some books. And make sure that you stay happy. You stay sweet. You stay wonderfully healthy and have a happy and great Halloween. I just want to make sure that everybody, oh my gracious, has fun. Bye-bye, everybody.